Hi, I'm Nitin Sukhija. On a day when India awaits a change in government, I welcome you on IndiaPostLive.com, India's first live conversation portal. Ladies and gentlemen, you can join the conversation by logging on to IndiaPostLive.com, or you can connect us at Twitter by at IndiaPostLive.com or hashtag IndiaPostLive. In conversation with me, I have Srinivasan Ramani, Associate Editor, Economic and Political Weekly. And without wasting any time, I'll begin early trends. Srini?
Yeah, it looks like the BJP is on track to form the next government because official trends from the Election Commission website point out that they are leading in close to 159 seats out of the 290 for which trends are available so far. Most importantly, their vote shares are around 37.6%. That's almost a 20% increase since 2009. While the Congress party seems to be retaining its vote share so far at 28.2. So as things stand, it looks more and more like the BJP is going to form the next government.
Some early surprises. I mean, one channel has already declared Ajit Singh has lost Bagpat. You got Smriti Irani leading in Amethi. You got Shazia Ilmi leading, going up and down in Ghaziabad.
So this definitely seems to be the case that anti-incumbency has done the Congress in. The Congress party's stalwart Rahul Gandhi trailing in the first round in Amethi, that must come as a huge surprise because that has been their, it has been a Congress stronghold for years now, for almost donkey's years now. To know that Rahul Gandhi is trailing in Amethi, I think that the message is pretty clear. The Congress has been done in badly, and the people have actually rejected the Congress very much so.
Yeah, the latest figures that I've got from one of the channels that are showing that NDA is leading at 239.
Right.
That's 20 or 30 seats short of
majority. 30 seats short of majority. I think they would be in a position to form a government on their own. Early trends when the election commission site just went live was it was looking as if that meant they might fall short of majority by 10-15 seats. But as things stand now, as we talk, they are leading in 171 seats out of 318. That's a huge number, and I think more or less we can actually say that the BJP will form the government.
But BJP as a party is standalone at the NDA.
I mean, the NDA.
But BJP as a party is also leading in, it has a gain of more than 100 seats from last time.
Yeah. So in essence, the close-knit NDA that we have right now, that is the Bharatiya Janata Party, the Shiv Sena, they're long-term allies basically, Shiv Sena and the Akali Dal, and the late accrual of the Telugu Desam Party and the Lok Janshakti Party. That itself, that grouping itself will be now in a position to form a government, and I think they need not have to depend upon adding a new ally as was expected before. So so that would
people, the countdown has begun till the final results come. Please join the conversation by Twitter, by logging on to IndiaPostLive.com. I've just got a tweet here saying that Delhi BJP is leading in all the seats. AAP is second everywhere.
Yeah.
So what happened to Aam Aadmi Party in Delhi?
My personal view is that they shouldn't have resigned after leading a government for 49 days. I think that hurt them a bit. If they had been in government, I think they would not have alienated some of the people who had voted for them in the assembly election. Resigning actually put them on the back foot and made them go on the defensive. Arvind Kejriwal was everywhere where he campaigned, he was asked the question as to why did he resign again and again. So instead of being in the offensive, and as they were for the past 2.5, 3 years when they started as a civil society movement, they were on the defensive. And I think that has hurt them pretty badly in Delhi. In the assembly elections, if you look at the Lok Sabha segments, they had won 2 Lok Sabha segments, and BJP was leading in 5. So after they formed the government, it was expected that they'll do better. But since they resigned, and that actually hurt their chances of winning seats, I suppose. Having said that, the Aam Aadmi Party is doing particularly well in Punjab, so they have made an entry into a state outside their traditional.
They were leading on 4 out of 4. Four seats, yeah.
Four seats.
So all 4 gains, yeah.
So that's heartening news for them. So if they manage to open their account in Punjab and possibly steal a march in Delhi in the last minute, maybe win a seat or 2, so that could give them around 5 to 6 seats in the Lok Sabha.
So do you think they'll make a difference? 5 to 6 seats, Aam Aadmi Party in the Lok Sabha?
A new party just started 1 year ago. Winning 5 to 6 seats is a good start for them. They would try to maximize themselves by trying to poach into the traditional Congress vote share. That's what I think they would try to do as a strategy as things go on. And they would try to emerge as the leading opposition to the BJP. So let's see how they build upon the 5. They made 2 tactical errors in my opinion. Number 1 was resigning from the Delhi government. and secondly, they did not learn the lessons that they had from Delhi.
From Vidhan Sabha
From the
elections.
Vidhan Sabha elections. What they did in Delhi was they concentrated themselves in one particular union territory and put all their energies there. And in the Lok Sabha election, they fielded almost 450 candidates, so they spread themselves out thin, and that's the reason why they are.
And then they focused only on Varanasi.
And they focus only.
In fact,
on
it will be
Varanasi.
interesting to know the Varanasi trends. It'll be interesting to know the Varanasi, Amritsar, Amethi trends. If I can get them, I'll just ask my producer to tell me if the trends are coming in. While we talk about Congress, Congress debacle actually. Congress. Did you expect such a bad performance? I mean, bad performance, yes, but
well, the message before the elections was that even if it was not necessarily Narendra Modi wave, as many claim, the one thing that everybody agreed upon was that there was a definite anti-Congress sentiment, and there was a definite anti-UPA wave. And the question was who is going to benefit out of it, whether it is going to be the regional parties in places where they are strong, and it was very clear that the BJP will definitely benefit out of it in places where they were in direct competition with the Congress, that is in the western states, in Gujarat, in Rajasthan, in Madhya Pradesh and so on. And that's very clear in the results, in the trends that we see so far. In Gujarat, they're leading in all the constituencies. That's amazing,
No, but Ajit Singh, coming back to, Ajit Singh being part of UP at this time, and Ajit Singh as a stalwart, Western UP leader, suddenly BJP denting into Western UP vote bank.
I think that's a Muzaffarnagar phenomena. I think after the Muzaffarnagar riots, there was massive polarization, and in the massive polarization, parties which actually built themselves on pan-peasant unity, that Rashtriya Lokdal, which was basically which was basically a peasant party of the Jats, I think they lost out. There was clear polarization between, there was a Hindu-Muslim polarization. The BJP purposefully seeking to make it into a Hindu-Muslim polarization, and that's the reason why Ajit Singh has not done well. To make a normative point, this election definitely was an anti-Congress election, but some of the methods used by the BJP to encash upon this anti-incumbency feeling, especially in places like Muzaffarnagar, is very dangerous. And hopefully that is not the trend that the
continues when the government is formed.
Now
I've got a tweet here which says, the information is that BJP's lead Sachin Pilot, Jitendra Singh, Girija Vyas, Chandresh Kumari Katos, CP Joshi, all are trailing. All big leaders. All, some of them are ministers.
So one could say that some of the Congress leaders who preferred not to contest,
like IMD Minister Manish Tiwari,
or Chidambaram, P. Chidambaram, one of their stalwarts. I think they were prescient enough to understand the writing on the wall. They were able to understand that the Congress is going to do pretty bad, and so that's what the message is saying.
Do you think Congress will cross 100?
I'm not sure, because as the trend shows so far, they might be near about 100, perhaps. Maybe.
You have a smile on your face when you said near about 100. Are you being liberal? You being lenient to Congress?
We can't flog a dead horse, right? So let's see. But as trends point out right now, no, I don't think they're going to get any close to 100, because out of 339, the BJP is leading in 183, while the Congress only has 38 seats. So UPA as a whole, probably they might cross 100, but Congress doesn't.
What's the latest? You're getting the figures there
from the election commission website. The out of 339 seats for which trends are available so far, the BJP is leading in 183. That's more than half. The Congress is leading in only in 38, and its allies, the NCP and others, they are also not doing quite well. So in vote share terms, that's important, because that actually will give you the picture quite accurately. The BJP is having a vote share of around 37.5%. That's almost 20% increase. Congress has 27.7%, which is surprising. That last time they had 28%. Basically retaining their vote share.
But talking about vote share, is it because of the number of people who voted this time? Because the voting this time was a record high.
That's a good point. Almost 150 million new voters have voted this time, and I suspect the majority of them have chosen to vote for the BJP. For the BJP, the party which is basically leading the opposition, and especially youth. I think the message is pretty clear.
Because the youth was 6-year-old when 2002 happened.
I think the message is pretty clear that the Congress, the way it handled certain things, such as the inflation issue, generally livelihoods have suffered a lot in the last 4 to 5 years, and the Congress has been very lax in addressing the issue of inflation in particular. and I think that has actually seen to it that many people have shifted their bandwagon to the opposition party, and this is an over. I mean, the word aspiration is overused these days, but there it is true that youth who are far more aspirational, they have bought into the message that if the BJP does come to power, they would address their issues of
Yeah,
employment and so
the
on.
demographic disaster can turn into demographic dividend in next
In
5
some
years.
sense,
That's the hope.
That's the hope.
That's
yeah,
the hope.
for that.
I've got another message here saying that it's good to see Aam Aadmi Party looking strong in Punjab. Interesting to see how they go about it in Haryana too. Now, Haryana was supposed to be their stronghold.
Well, I think they hit.
Kejriwal is from Haryana.
Yeah.
Yogendra Yadav was fighting from Haryana.
Yeah, I think except for Yogendra Yadav, nobody else focused on Haryana too much. An organic strategy, if they had followed correctly, was that if they could have retained power in Delhi, then
And
they
gone
could have
into Haryana.
and gone into Haryana by advertising their record in Delhi. Instead, they thought of looking at the Lok Sabha as a separate strategy altogether, and they fielded so many candidates all across the country. Yogendra Yadav seems to be the only person who seems to have focused on Haryana, in the Gurgaon constituency, and even there things are not very easy because the urban areas of Gurgaon seem to prefer Narendra Modi far better than Yogendra Yadav, and in places where in the rural belt because of tripartite competition, because of the presence of the INLD, I mean, the AAP has found it a bit difficult. Having said that, he has made a promising start in one constituency, but the mistakes are pretty clear. If they had focused on building upon the Delhi success by looking organically at Haryana and I mean the way they did it in Punjab, it could have paid them dividends. Yeah.
While Srini goes through the latest figures, why don't you join the conversation by logging on to indiapostlive.com. You can join us on Facebook or by Twitter at #IndiaPostLive or at IndiaPostLive. Srini, UP, Bihar, big factors?
UP, Bihar, big factors, yes.
What are the trends on UP?
Yeah, UP, as things stand, official trends stand, UP, the BJP seems to be doing extremely well, which was expected before, but in seat terms, they are close, I mean, almost winning 43 out of 60, that is two-thirds. So you can expect them to win
60 out of 80?
60 out of 80, that's huge.
That's huge.
Yeah,
That's
so
huge.
I mean, to an extent that they are benefiting out of the fact that it is multi-party competition in UP. There are many effective parties: the BSP, the Samajwadi Party, the Congress, and the BJP. So even if they win close to 38 to 40% of the vote share, it's enough for them to win the seat. So that's why they are doing particularly well. But having said that, they were third or possibly they were fourth in 2009, and they are now leading in UP. So polarization.
Is it the Amit Shah factor or is it?
A number of factors. One, there is there has been it is a reversal of sorts for the Mandal parties. The Samajwadi Party has
And
been
the
shown up
BSP,
to shown up to not doing well on I mean, the record of governance has been shown up to be bad over the past 2 years. The BSP, I don't think it did well enough to capitalize on the fact that the Samajwadi Party was doing badly, and the BJP focused a lot. I mean, some of the articles that that have come out recently have shown as to how much energies they have focused on UP. They have gone to focus on polling booths. They have put. I mean, the RSS has made an immense effort of contesting at every polling booth level, and that has paid dividends for them. And of course, Narendra Modi contesting from Varanasi, that has also made a.
Bihar, Misa Bharti was leading the latest, sometime back, Misa Bharti was leading a seat. So that Ram Kripal Yadav walking out actually worked for them,
Yeah, I think
Lalu Yadav coming back with a bang.
Yeah, people always underestimate Lalu Yadav. He has a rustic presence that, I mean, he was chief minister for quite some time over there, and people thought that the conviction in the fodder scams case would actually finish his career. That is certainly not the case. Bihar, the social samikaran, if I can put it, still favors the RJD
over Nitish.
Over Nitish, yes, over Nitish. I think Nitish Kumar made a principled decision to withdraw from the BJP alliance, but the caste coalition that was that was in favor of Nitish Kumar was actually a very, very intricate and nuanced caste coalition. So when the BJP went away from the alliance, it has hurt him a lot. So yeah.
We've got Amit Sen Gupta, senior journalist, joining us on Skype. Hi Amit, early trends. I just got a message saying Smriti Irani is still leading. Rahul Gandhi trailing in, since beginning.
Yeah, I think we should not take it with a little pinch of salt, in the sense maybe the initial rounds do not signify the larger big picture. These are strong Congress strongholds, in the sense of Amethi, Raebareli. So we'll have to watch over the Smriti Irani factor. But I think overall the Congress has got a drubbing which was predictable and which was inevitable. And for once, it seems that the exit polls are coming are also very close to the kind of predictions they had made. Surely not those who were giving 340 and all. And also those who were hoping till the end that the BJP might not cross the the safe line, and still might be away from the simple majority kind of a figure. Seems to be that kind of a conjecture which many journalists had seems to be now getting completely wrong. This is unprecedented elections in terms of the BJP's gains and the BJP NDA gains, and the credit will of course be taken by Narendra Modi, who went all over the country for almost 3-4 months continuously, much before the elections were announced, who mobilized a certain strong anti-Congress wave, and rode the wave, and translated it into the ground in terms of both social engineering and the disgust and anger and angst which people who had reposed faith in the Congress and the UPA felt. And it also reflects, two things it reflects to my mind, Nitin. I would say one is that this country, the people of this country have again and again given chances to all political organizations. Congress has been given chance so many times, but they did not go for the BJP's India Shining in 2004, despite Kargil war, despite the forces they had amassed on the borders, despite the attack on Parliament and the kind of nationalistic, patriotic favor they had created, despite 2002 Gujarat, the 2004 they gave Congress, they gave 60 to the left at the time. And if you look at it, it is a vote from the poor. The left got the vote from the poor, and aware constituencies who wanted the kind of a left, kind of a left of center, perhaps kind of an agenda, more humanitarian, more social welfare, more concerned with margins and voiceless people, which the UPA first, to some extent, actually the UPA first, to some extent, was able to move towards. But the way they destroyed the mandate in UPA 2, and the way they destroyed the mandate in UPA 2, and the way, in the manner in which they just squandered it, and they just took away the people's mandate, into turned the people's mandate into a kind of a kind of a caricature, by hitting them so hard in terms of inflation and the scams and the Commonwealth Games scam, which went on and on in front of your eyes. It is it's a kind of a it is a kind of looking for an alternative where you are actually looking for a strong, maybe an authoritarian personality, and you are looking for a regime which you seems will be stronger and formidable, and not a flabby and amoebic like as in Congress. And these are signs of a country in crisis, actually.
Yeah. So Amit, the latest figures that we've got, the latest trends are that BJP is leading on 228 seats on its own. After 84, you see one single party leading on so many seats, and there are chances. People are talking about them getting close to 272 on their own. So you see a stable one party, single party government coming in.
No, I think they will keep their allies. The Shiv Sena is their old steadfast ally, and Akalis are also their steadfast allies. And Ramvilas Paswan has also hitched his thing along with them, and he has been lucky this time because Ramvilas Paswan has got a unique history of hanging on to every form of government. And his resignation from the NDA government also came very late, much later after the Gujarat 202 killings. So they will, I think, stick on with their allies. And the only thing is they will not now be dependent on other factors like Jayalalitha or or Mamata even the TDP will be is an ally. Let us not forget. So they have stitched they have a four-party alliance in Tamil Nadu also, and where they are moving inside, but they might do well there also. So it's an overall mandate for the BJP. Let us accept that.
What do you say about that?
Yeah, I agree with Amita. The Congress really screwed it up. Their mantra of inclusive governance. Uh, it bought it. It got it a number of adherents in 2009, but they squandered it because of the way they handled the scams, the way they were almost indifferent to the fact that inflation was a raging issue. There were so many protests in Delhi against inflation, against price rise.
Yeah, the milk has gone 10 rupees per kg per liter up, yeah.
They did very little to address this. There were some very callous statements made by representatives of government with regard to this issue.
The Prime Minister said the money doesn't grow on trees. I think that's the most ridiculous statement that you've heard in last,
And then while they promised so many schemes, while they, of course they were responsible for some of the schemes in their first tenure, such as the National Rural Employment Guarantee Act and so on. The spending that they did on these schemes was not enough. They could have done far more in terms of ensuring that these schemes were implemented properly. Outlays were substantive enough and so on. And instead they engaged in some degree of tokenism when the food security bill is an important bill, but they passed it in the later half of the decade, and almost they were very insipid about it. They didn't even campaign, go about town, touting the bill that they had passed and so on. So they were, everything they did in terms of welfare was done in terms of half measures, and they couldn't sell to the electorate that all these schemes that they had set up in the first tenure was actually making difference to their lives when inflation was such a huge problem. And of course the fact that there were so many corrupt ministers who were tried during the past few years, and some of the scale of the scams was so huge that gave the Congress a very negative image. And the Congress would actually have to introspect. And another important point I would like to make is that the Congress is seen as a party which is now an establishment party, which has no connect with the masses, and that's true because there are hardly any mass leaders. Most of the ministers in the Congress who are in power for so long are basically some degree of one could call them bureaucrat leaders. So the only mass leader of note is the Congress leader Sonia Gandhi. And when was the last time we saw her engaging in some degree of struggle or anything of the sort? Although of course they are in government, but wherever they are not in government, in places like Gujarat, the Congress has done hardly anything to raise the expectations of people who are dissidents in that state. So why would the people want to back the Congress again and again? So that's the message that is coming through in the elections, and that's a precise reason why. I mean, it's very easy for us to say that the BJP is also a party of the establishment, and what is the difference between the BJP and the Congress? But the BJP is clearly the party with the strongest organization out in the opposition forces, and therefore it is easy for them to capitalize on an anti-incumbency tendency with regard to other opposition parties.
And they had their Gujarat, Madhya Pradesh, Chhattisgarh models to sell. Can we have the graph which shows the number of seats leads till now? This is the okay. So as of now, BJP. This is Election Commission information. Total leads on 320 seats. BJP is leading on 174. Congress on 38, and others are on 108.
This is a slightly old graphic, I think, because the latest figures from Election Commission say that the BJP is leading in 213, the Congress only in 38, and out of 393. And vote share figures say that BJP has 37.3%, a jump of 20% odd. So that's what. So the message is quite clear.
Yeah, but there's another channel which is just given us the latest figure saying NDA is out of 543. NDA is leading on 268. That's 4 short of the majority, and AAP has 4 seats.
Yeah. I will not take this what the news channels are saying it factually because they are not confirmed trends.
Yeah. So but Election Commission is saying.
Yeah, Election Commission is indeed pointing out to a clear majority.
So when we say others, the TMC, the Mamta and Jaya factors, the leads are. I mean, the leads that I have are 23 over TMC and 25 for Jayalalitha.
Yeah. So I mean, the Anna Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam in Tamil Nadu is doing an excellent job. They're leading in 17 seats, and that's almost 3/4 of the seats for which trends are available so far. The Trinamool Congress is leading in 16. It was expected that the Trinamool Congress would do particularly well because there is still a resentment against the left in some sense for the bad memories of the left in terms of what happened in Singur and Nandigaram still holds to some extent in rural Bengal. So and that's the reason why the Trinamool Congress is doing particularly well in rural Bengal again. But the Anna Dravida Munnetra Kazhagam, has proved me wrong. I thought the fact that they were going it alone in the Tamil Nadu elections will actually hurt them, and
It didn't.
It didn't. Actually, they did excellently well. I think one has to give kudos to Jayalalitha, who seems to have caught the public mood quite well. She started off her campaign by attacking the UPA and
Switch gears in between somewhere.
switch gears in between somewhere and tried to, whenever she felt that the DMK was gaining in terms of the minority supporting the DMK, she started pivoting her strategy to attack the BJP as well. Went on an intelligent critique of the BJP when she pointed out how the Tamil Nadu model was different from the Gujarat model, and in some sense that has helped her do particularly well. So.
And yeah, so I have Mr. Anil from New York joining us. How's the excitement there?
Well, over here, I don't think anybody is, except for the Indian community, I don't think anybody would be really interested in what happens in India. They probably look in the news in the morning. I don't think they'll keep awake.
And think of giving the visas, reissuing the visas to Indian people.
Sorry?
I'm saying, and think of, they'll read the news in the morning and think of reissuing the visas.
Yeah, those things, policy changes will happen from time to time. That will be, I'm sure that changes, those minor changes will definitely happen depending on the relationship between the two countries.
But how's the Indian community reacting? I mean, Indian community is watching it, I'm sure.
Well, they are definitely for growth. You see, they are looking forward for development of the country. So they would. I mean, everybody wanted the change. I mean, we are not affected as much over here as the people in India. But from what one hears from the Indian people of the corruption, the inflation, and many other things, I mean, I think. It's really sad. But see, we don't get affected as much as you people are because you all are in the thick of everything. It's different over here. Okay. So we are kind of isolated that way.
Okay. Amit, would you say there's excitement all over? Amit, yeah, you can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
You asking me?
So I'm saying, I was talking with Srini about the Mamta and the Jaya factor.
Yeah.
The number of seats that they will hold together.
Yeah.
I have
You see,
one
yesterday when
question.
we had this
Can I
West
ask you
Bengal-
one
Hello,
question?
can you hear me?
Hello?
So I'll just come back to you. Just if you could just hang on for a second. I'll just come back to you. Yeah, Amit, carry on.
Yeah, in the sense, yesterday when we had a discussion, we had one filmmaker and a senior journalist from Calcutta, with whom we discussed about Mamta, the situation in West Bengal. And they pointed out two crucial, very important things. Is that the Mamta's vote share is going to be as consolidated as ever, and it is not going to change. And hello, can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah.
Mamta's vote share is not going to change. If there is an increase in the percentage of vote share of the BJP in West Bengal, it is going to eat into the left and the Congress vote share. That's what they have said. So in a sense, both of them who were based in Calcutta were negating the popular perception that if the BJP's vote share increases, it will harm TDP, it will harm Trinamool Congress, and it will benefit the left. But actually, they were saying on the ground it is not happening, and Mamta's vote share will be consolidated. I have no way to verify this in any manner, but because there were these two opinions which are already, there was this prevalent opinion that Mamta is getting after Modi and attacking him so continuously, not only because of the minority share, because there's a huge Muslim vote base which has over the years shifted to Mamta in the recent past, which was earlier at one time with the secular left kind of a scenario. Post Nandigram Singhu, they actually have shifted. But here you see that it is going to impact left much more, and the Congress much more in terms of the 10% or 12% or 13%, the new from 6%, the BJP's vote share. And even on the Muslim question, for instance, in Murshidabad, Malda is old Congress stronghold. So where there you have a huge chunk of this minority population. But in other parts of Bengal, the same population or the minority population is backing Mamata and not going for CPM.
Yeah.
CPM on the left. The third most important factor in Bengal, I think, is that Bengal has got a secular inheritance and history. You know, Bengal, the BJP has never had a position in Bengal despite winning here and there, and the Darjeeling seat is by default. And the BJP has always raised this Bangladeshi infiltrator issue. It has been there, a bread and butter issue. So this time also they have raised that same issue. The raising of a Bangladeshi infiltrators issue in West Bengal might give them a marginal edge. But in Bengal, people don't hold Bengal, half of the population, as you would know, have come back. A huge number of people came back after partition. They came back as refugees. And there is a strong linkage with Bangladesh in terms of culture, the
Yeah.
narratives, the folk narratives, literature, music, food, cuisine, and memories, historical inheritance, political inheritance. So, and it is a kind of a very, very symbiotic culture in the sense. And there has been no Hindu-Muslim kind of a issue in that. In fact, if you see Ritwik Ghatak's films and others, a substantial number
Right, Amit.
music.
So, a Bengali is a Bengali, Hindu or Muslim, doesn't make a difference.
Yeah,
Right.
no,
I
no,
have
there's
a
nothing violent.
right, Mr. Anil from New York. You wanted to ask a question, sir, quickly.
See, there are two questions actually. See, one thing I've found that nobody, not a single political party in these election campaign which I've been following, has not one party has mentioned anything about population control. See, our problem is the population in the country. How long are we going to keep on doling out money and the population is going to keep on growing? So, is anybody going to do anything about it? Because at this rate, I mean, the taxpayers' money will be all used for, for doles to all. Like I would not care tomorrow. I will have produced 10 children, and I know the government is going to take care of it.
Srini, you want to react to that?
Well, these are, forgive me for saying so, these are, certain perceptions about demography. I think they've been proven to be wrong. In fact, India's greatest strength is the fact that it's a young and, it's a young population as compared to other countries. And the experiments that have happened in China have proven to, the advantage that India has over China in that regard is that because of their one-child policy, they are expected to have some social problems, which we do not have. And secondly, I think that India should leverage the fact that they are a young population, and I think over time as social and economic indices have become better and better, families have proven to be getting shorter and shorter in that sense. And as you note that in states like Tamil Nadu, Kerala, where we have high social indices, the birth rates have come down by a large number. Death rates have also come down, and that's the trend that's happening in UP and Bihar as well. So I think the population problem, as our friend calls it, it's not necessarily a problem per se. As regards welfareism, I think as Amartya Sen and Chandra have pointed out, no growth strategy can succeed unless there is equal unless there is a welfare measure that actually leverages education, health, and other indices. And in that respect, India is doing very badly. And therefore, the message that these eminent economists are giving us is that India has to do better on welfare and thing. Of course, there are problems in implementation, other things which need to be corrected and so on. But but to say that we have to do away with welfare and do away with subsidies and other things is going to be dangerous for a poor country like India. Yeah.
We have the latest figures, the latest graphics. Can we have them on screen, please? Of the latest trends and seats. Yeah, so this is on 409 seats, where BJP is leading by 219. Congress is only on 40, Srini, and the others are 150. The countdown continues on India Post Live. Sonia Gandhi is speaking to the media between 1 and 2 today afternoon, but you can keep speaking to us by coming on indiapostlive.com or through Twitter at #IndiaPostLive or at IndiaPostLive, or you can join us at Facebook. The countdown continues on indiapostlive.com. Thank you so much.
हेलो हेलो चेक 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 हेलो 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 चेक हेलो 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 एंकर माइक है एंकर माइक हेलो चेक 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 हेलो 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 चेक 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 दूसरा माइक है हेलो चेक 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 हेलो चेक 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 हेलो हेलो चेक